Hello. So this is a video that's on a topic that I really think should be covered more deeply. And to very quickly start, this is not a joke video. There are plenty of websites like let me Google that for you.com where you can type in a search term like where is YouTube, and then it'll do a thing like this where it's like, oh, look at how easy it is to Google. This is like explaining how Google works for people who either like don't Google very often, or really just don't know the best way to find everything that they need. Because Google has a ton of search tags and like ways to use it to increase the chance that you find what you need. So I'm going to start off by explaining the differences between keywords and sentences. Now, a lot of people, when they Google, they'll Google like I just did, where I'll type like, when is the next solar eclipse? With a question mark and everything. This is not the most efficient way to Google search something, because first you're typing when is the and next. Like this phrase, Google doesn't look at sentences and then analyze them like a person would. Google looks at all of these different words individually and how they're arranged with each other, and uses that to find pages that contain as many of these words in as close to this order as possible. Some things it's smart about, like it knows when is the next solar eclipse, like, oh, well, obviously this is a big event and there's tons of stuff relating to it, so this is kind of an easier one to find. That being said, you could find the exact same thing by typing solar eclipse when, or even just solar eclipse dates will find you the exact same thing. And if I do stuff out of order, like eclipse solar dates, it'll give me the exact same information, or solar eclipse years solar. This will give me about like the exact same information. List of solar eclipses in 21st century. So the first thing is, and this is more of a efficiency thing, in my opinion. Excuse me, in my opinion, where it is way easier to type solar eclipse when than it is to type out the full when is the next solar eclipse after 2017. So next is or and, and that probably sounded very confusing if you don't know what I'm talking about, where you've got the keywords or and all caps. That is different than or and lowercase. If you do it in all caps, you can type stuff like, let's say, banana. If I type banana or apple, I will end up with bananas or apples and that kind of thing. If I type banana or apple, I will end up with apple.com and iPhone from Apple and all this. Now, the reason this works is this takes this as two different search terms. Some websites will use tilde, and you can do banana. Always keep typing that wrong. Apple, like this. Google doesn't do this. Google uses the term or. So you can use banana, typed that wrong 3 times now, or apple. Now, what this is doing is, this is you doing a search for banana and a search for apple, and then just pushing the results into the same page. Now I'm looking for fruit, so I don't want apple.com, so what I can do is I can type and fruit. So now I'm getting banana or apple and fruit. I can do this, and this should do banana or apple and fruit, because without the parentheses there, it's just typing searching for banana, and if some company called Banana comes along and starts making cars, that'll probably come up first. So the parentheses there would be important. Going back to solar eclipses, let's look at a new tag, which is 2 periods. I call them tags. I don't think they're actually called tags. I just call them tags because that's a word that I'm used to using. So there's this 2 periods thing that you can do, like this. And if I do, let's say, solar eclipse 2018, because 2017 one's happened already, 2018 ... 2080. Now this is going to give me all information regarding any number between 2018 and 2080. You can use this if you're looking for, let's say, laptop $100 ... $400. Now I will get all laptops that you can buy between $100 and $400. You can do this for money, dates. I actually don't know if I could do like holiday between, or I don't even type between, holiday November ... or November is not a good one. Let's do March ... July. Yeah, I don't think that this works, but you can use it for numbers if you need to find things between specific numbers. Now this is great, but let's say there is a like phrase that we need to search. It's not just a bunch of words, but it's a specific phrase. For example, if I search 1 plus, obviously 1 plus X and 1 plus, because I search 1 plus stuff, but 1 plus is a company, and normally it's written as one word, but it can be written as multiple words. But if I Google 1 plus 2, okay, I might be getting it because I search 1 plus stuff, like I said. Oh, showing results for 1 plus 2. So let's say looking for 1 plus 2, and it still shows me. Okay. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get to is Google tracks me a lot. They track everyone, so it knows that this is what I'm looking for. So my point is, if this didn't give me the results that I needed, I could use quotes, and this means that it will give me anything in quotes is treated as one word, like one keyword. So pages that contain this entire thing will show up and not just the individual words. You can also use asterisks here inside quotes, and they are wildcards. Asterisks in quotes can be replaced with anything you want. So if I were to type, let's say, Barack star Obama, I would end up getting Barack Obama, including his middle name, but I don't think it has. Actually, does he have a middle name? I'm not sure. Let's do Donald star Trump, and yeah, maybe it just doesn't list their middle names. It's picking up on J for Donald J. Trump, but yeah, you can use stars that way. Minus is a very powerful keyword, or not a keyword, but tag specifier thing that no one knows about, and it is very useful because, like with Apple, if I Google Apple, I get the tech company, and I want the fruit and not the tech company. So I can do and fruit, or Apple fruit, or I can do Apple minus computer. And I get their watches and stuff if I wanted to find their watches. But maybe I want no computer, no watch, no phone, no laptop. And now I've got the machine learning journal. So this is stuff that I didn't know Apple had. Beta software program, My Access, Teacher Learning Center. So like the minus tag lets you eliminate any result that contains this word, and it can be used with quotations. Let's say Apple minus Google is bad. For an example, it works with parentheses, so you could do apple minus fruit and drink. Oh, missed the parenthesis. Minus fruit and drink. Oh, interesting. So maybe it doesn't work with parentheses then. Okay, let's do minus fruit and minus drink. Yeah, there we go. So no parentheses, but you have to use and multiple minuses. So next, let's say I want to find something on a specific website, and like I'm looking for something about, let's say, the Industrial Revolution that I saw on, let's say, National Geographic or something, and I could type National Geographic, but that could give me like reviews for it or something, and I want just their website. What I can do is cite nationalgeographic.com, I think. Yeah, here we go. So now this only gives me stuff at nationalgeographic.com. What you can also use this for is pages and like subdomains. So if I did cite google.com/newspapers, then typing in, I guess, World War II, I get only stuff for news.google.com or google.com/newspapers regarding World War II. I don't get any other websites. You can also use Intitle, hello, and then all pages that have hello in the title will show up. If I want to do multiple words, I can use quotations, or if I don't know what's separating them, I can do Intitle all, hello, how are you? Now, any page that has all four of these, I believe this should be working. No, this, okay, so Intitle works like this. The one I'm thinking of is there's inurl. URL is this link at the top. This is what you share if, like, this is a URL. So in URL, let's do video. So now all URLs that have videos, like video.instagram.com/tag/video, politico/video, variety.com/v/video. But then if I wanted, let's say, video stock footage as 3 different words, I could use in URL or all in URL video stock footage red. And now I only get pages that have the words video, stock, footage, and red in them. So this can be useful if maybe you remember part of an image, part of a page's URL that you were at, but you can't remember the whole thing and you're just trying to find it. The next thing is Filetype, and these past few Intitle, inurl, all in URL, and Filetype all have a colon after it. And what you can use Filetype for is it will only return pages and files that end in a specific file type. For example, this and most pages end in HTML, because HTML is this kind of web browser compatible, visible page you can get to. But let's say I wanted a Word document, docx, about a math worksheet, so that I can edit it and then print it. So now I've got all these Word documents, which are docx. If I wanted math, let's say pptx, which is PowerPoint, calculus, derivative. Spelled derivative wrong. So now I've got all of these PowerPoints, which end in pptx, that that have to do with finding derivatives in calculus. You can use that along with all these other ones. So let's say if I know the site is, let's say, school.com, and then I'm looking for file type docx because I forgot the page that I'm supposed to go to find my homework, and the homework is on history, World War I. And I'm going to use air quotes, or not air quotes, physical quotes, so that I don't get World War II, other things that contain the words world and war. And this is the kind of stuff where, like, this will find it for me on the first try. If I were to just type in, like, history assignment, World War I, this is going to give me so much stuff that I have no interest in. But that last search that I would have done would have found it, like, immediately. The next one I found out about just today, and I don't see myself using it all that often, but back to the fruit example, if I did banana versus apple, I'm going to end up with information comparing the two. Let me do apple and fruit. Okay, instead let's do brown sugar versus white sugar. And I'm going to find information comparing the two. There's a specific panel that's supposed to come up, but I can't figure out the things to search. But yeah, normally there is a panel that comes up comparing their health benefits and detriments and nutritional facts and things like that. But yeah, I do not see myself using the versus keyword all that much. One that I see a lot of use, or rather that I would like to see a lot more use of, is define, all caps. I can do define greeting, and it will define greeting. Google is very good about defining words. If I just type greeting, it'll probably come up. Yeah. That being said, if you type a word and it doesn't come up, you can use define and then word, and it will give you the definition of the word. Similarly, if I want the etymology, I can use etymology : word, and it will show me the origins and where the word came from. Spice etymology came from Latin to Old French to Middle English, and now we use spice. Did I spell etymology wrong? Etymology. I spelled entomology. It's etymology. You can do simple calculations, and actually also not so simple calculations using Google. If I wanted to find some solution to math, I could go calculator and have that open and type in like 50 times 20 and I get 1,000. But if I wanted to find out what is 12% of 195, sure, I could do 195 times 0.12, but some people find it easier to just do what is 12% of 195, and Google has this good calculator function that lets you type in almost sentences of math and it will figure out the answer for you. The next thing I want to... similarly, you can use Google as a tip calculator. So if I had, let's say I'm at dinner and I need to figure out how much I need to tip for $1.45, it'll give me this, and I can choose to tip better or worse, or whatever percentage I want. 14.87. Number of people, between 3 people per person. Like, this is something that is pretty useful, and basically no one knows about it. Conversions, you can convert between currencies. So if I had $1 to yen, Google will tell me, well, 1 yen is approximately 109 Japan, or $1 is approximately 109 yen. You can switch these to 5. I could switch it to 2,000. Switch it between whatever currencies that I want. Because I find a lot of people asking sometimes, like, wait, how much is a pound worth? Well, just Google pound to USD, and you'll get exactly what you want. Weather and time, you can ask, what is the weather like? And Google does understand this, but it was very much longer than just typing weather. But yes, you can ask Google what the weather is here. I could ask what the weather is in Beijing. I spelled Beijing wrong. It's very hot there, apparently. I could ask, what is the weather like in Seattle at 12 p.m. July 5th, 2017, and it will give me weather forecasts. I can also do, what is it? I can do time in London, and it will give me the time conversion. And speaking of time, I can type timer, and it will give me a quick timer as well as a stopwatch. It defaults to 5 minutes. You can set it for however long you wanted, and stop, start, whatever you need. There's notifications, full screen if you wanted that. Timer bomb was slightly worrying to me when that showed up in the Google Instant. Reverse image searching is probably the most important takeaway from this whole thing. When you go to Google and then you go to images, or you're searching for images normally, you've got this search by image. This is extremely valuable, especially if you're like someone like me who likes calling out people on the internet when they're lying. Let's say someone's like, oh, I took this picture of my dog. If I Google dog. So if I see a picture of someone's dog and they're like, wow, look at my dog, I just adopted it. What you can do is you can copy this image, and you can either paste the image URL, like copy, this is the URL, remember. I can either paste it in here and search by image, or I can download and then upload any image I want, and it will give me pictures of dogs, because it also picks up on related words. If I remove that, I don't think it actually will search if you don't have any description. But yeah, you can see, here's the picture, here's the picture, here's the picture. Doesn't really look like that guy's dog anymore, does it? But yes, reverse Google image searching is pretty incredible, and it is what I want everyone to learn. If you learn anything from this video, is you can find the source of an image. You can also use it if someone uploads a picture and like, oh, I wonder who the artist of this picture is. You can reverse Google image search to find when it was originally uploaded. So this has been a 24-minute long experience for me, just going off of all of the Google searching facts and ideas that I know about. And hopefully someone sees this and learns how to use Google correctly, because there are way too many people who don't know how to use Google correctly. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.